Hi, this is Beth Jones at bethjones.net. And have you ever had an impossible dream, just a big dream that it's in your heart and you really want to come true? Well, today we're going to be talking about when life's disappointments come and they crush your dreams. Now, disappointment means sadness or displeasure caused by the non-fulfillment of one's hopes or expectations to thwart, to frustrate, to defeat the fulfillment of your hopes and plans and your dreams. I would call disappointment a dream stopper or a dream crusher. What are some examples of disappointments in life? And this is based on some of the things that have happened in my own life. Not having the career or job or ministry that you want. Maybe as a child, you really wanted to do something. I know that my husband, Ray, wanted to be a doctor when he grew up, a medical doctor, and he never became one. And it's to this day one of his biggest disappointments. He is a paramedic. He's been a paramedic, emergency critical paramedic for years, since his 20s, over 30 years. He has saved many lives. So God has made him to make a difference in other people's lives. He's also been a policeman, police chief, fireman. He is now a fire chief. So he's on the front lines of battle every day, but he has saved many lives. So he's had a great career. But maybe, you never become what you wanted to be or to do. When I was a child, all I wanted to be and do was to be a mom and a writer. And God made that dream come true for me. I am a mom with three beautiful daughters, Heather, Eden, and Leah, and I am a writer. I have written 30 books. I'm also a speaker. So God made that dream come true. Now, it's not to the extent I desire it, because I've got huge, enormous dreams, but I'm on the path to that dream. Maybe it's your marriage. You are separated or divorced. I know that I've gone through two divorces. This is my third marriage. It has been very hard. This marriage has been hell. But, Ray and I have hung on to God and hung on to our vows. But maybe your marriage ended, and that is the case for so many people when they get married. That dream becomes crushed when they separate or divorce. It may be other relationships, such as hurt from a child, your child being a prodigal. You raise them for the Lord, and when they grew up and moved out, they decided to follow another way. And I would encourage you in that matter to keep praying, because God hears your prayers. And God has given me promises for my own children. So keep praying and don't stop praying, because God hears a mom's or a dad's prayers for their child. Maybe your child has cut you off. They've gone no contact. Or maybe it's another relationship in your life, someone you are very close to, a sibling or an aunt, an uncle, a grandparent, a friend. You've lost friends. Maybe it's other strained relationships, such as tensions at work. That can be so hard when you've got a boss or a coworker that's being mean to you, unfriendly, they're cussing at you, they're glaring with hate, or customers or clients. It's so hard to work in that kind of toxic environment. It may be financial struggles. I know Ray and I have been hit hard in this area many times. It's very stressful. Maybe you had to file bankruptcy or your house foreclosed. Ray and I went through that also, and it is so hard. It's devastating. We had gotten an adjustable rate mortgage, and our rent, our mortgage went from $700 a month to over $1,600 a month, because we didn't know what an arm loan was. Those can be quite dangerous. So read the small print. But you've poured your heart and soul into that house and started painting and remodeling, and then your house gets taken away from you. That happened to us, and it was just devastating. It may be yours or others' health issues. It could be alcoholism or drug addiction, gambling or pornography, somebody in your family doing that. It can be an irresponsible spouse or child. Maybe you've got a child that is now grown who won't grow up. They won't leave the house. Now, I couldn't feel this way about my kids. Emptiness has been very hard for me with our three daughters moving out, now living on their own. They live busy lives, and I love them so much, and I see them when I can to have lunch or coffee or just to see them, especially at holidays. But, throughout the year, I like to see them and spend time with them. But maybe you've got a child who simply will not get a job. They won't save up their money. They won't get their own house or apartment. They won't become an adult. And that's actually becoming quite a problem in today's society. The younger generation, more and more of them, there's now a lot of young people now staying home and not moving out because they don't feel like they can afford to live on their own. They can't afford their own house or apartment. And it's become a huge problem with parents wanting their grown children to grow up and move out of the house so they can live their own life after they raised them. So that's an interesting problem. Maybe it's a move where you move somewhere, you had to relocate due to your job or your spouse's, and you don't like the town or city you live in. Maybe you even hate it. And this has really disappointed you. You found it hard to find friends. Maybe it's not being able to find a good church. You need a church family and you've been unable to find a church. And I encourage you in that case to keep looking. So all of these things are disappointments, hurts. Maybe people have judged you, accused you, said horrible things to you, even other believers. You can be judged by other believers or leadership in the church. All of these things can be so disappointing and so hurtful and painful. Sometimes it feels like you're just going to die from the pain. And Jesus is acquainted with our sorrows. He's called the man of sorrows, and he loves you and me so much. But I wanted to read some scriptures for you today about disappointments and hurts. Psalm 62:8 says, "Trust in him at all times, you people. Pour out your hearts to him, for God is our refuge." And you can pour out your feelings and disappointments to God. He will be your refuge, your protector, your shield, your comfort, and your hope. You can always turn to God to be there for you. He will never leave you or forsake you. Jesus said that he would never leave you, and God is all you need. Another great one is Psalm 40:1-3. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. God cares about your hurts and your disappointments, and he will turn your beauty into ashes as he has done for me. That's Isaiah 61, my life chapter. Another great verse is Psalm 71:5. For you, O Lord, are my hope, my trust, O Lord, from my youth. God is our hope, even in the midst of all life's disappointments, life's fears. There's so many scary things going on now with school shootings and other shootings, natural disasters, people losing their homes, their livelihood, the wars that are going on, people being killed on the battlefield, threat of war from other countries, threat of economic instability, so much going on, so many fears, so many disappointments and hurts. But through it all, God is our rock. God is our strength. He is our refuge and our high tower. We can always turn to him for help in time of need. And we can also give our dreams to him, not let life's disappointments and hurts crush our dreams. I have this little sign on my desk that says, "Dream big." My friend Diane sent it to me years ago, and I love it. Dream big. It's something I say a lot because we serve a big God. Dream big because we serve a big God. I share about my powerful story, my disappointments, my hurts, in my memoir, my life story, Promises in the Dark, One Woman's Search for Authentic Love. And you can find that available at Amazon. My Amazon author page is amazon.com/author/Beth M Jones. You can find out more about my speaking at my website at bethjones.net. I would love to come speak at your women's event, your conference, your retreat, your workshop, or be a guest on your podcast, because I believe so much in dreaming big. And, I've had a lot of things happen in my life, very painful things happen. My childhood abuse, domestic abuse, 3 abortions. I committed adulterous affairs, had all kind of relationships with people. I've been hurt deeply by people, judged, like the woman at the well, the Samaritan woman at the well. But, Jesus came to sit with that one woman, to minister to her and to reveal who he was, the Messiah. And then that wounded woman, that woman with such a bad past, went and evangelized an entire city. That is the kind of work, miracle work God does in our lives. He takes our shame, he takes our past, he takes the messes, and he makes as a masterpiece for his glory. And he wants to use your story as well and your gifts. You have a purpose from him. So I encourage you today to take your disappointments to God, pour out your heart before him, and let him change those things in your life to be used for the glory of God. I hope this encouraged you today. This is Beth Jones at bethjones.net. I would love to come speak at your conference or retreat. Just contact me at my page at bethjones.net on speaking. You can see what leaders say about me, and my speaking topic is Your Big Dream Can Come True. That is my signature talk. I just graduated from Robin Dykstra's Christian Speakers Boot Camp training for 8 weeks. It was excellent, and I am ready to go. Have luggage, will travel. I would love to come share hope with your audience today. And you can also check out my books that give those same messages. So I hope you have a blessed day, a blessed and beautiful day or night. This is Beth Jones at bethjones.net, and I will talk to you later.